Cloudy with showers across the north coast again this morning. That activity winding down tonight. We're hanging on to the clouds, but the rain is finally tapering off. We'll look for that trend to continue through the overnight hours. But by tomorrow comes the next frontal boundary headed our way, and it's looking juicier than what we've seen lately. As we saw today, a weak frontal boundary, just the tail end of this energy across the north coast. Once again, left a few light rain showers from the Bay Area, well, actually the North Bay, northward to the Oregon border here. More clouds than rain for most of us today, although Brookings and Gasky managed to get some pretty good rainfall overnight, close to an inch of rain or just over that up there. But you see the clouds spreading across the state already. That's the leading edge of the next frontal boundary headed our way. Temperature-wise today, we've got a little bump here across Humboldt Bay, mid to upper 50s, a degree or two warmer than yesterday. 57 on Humboldt Bay, 56 in McKinleyville, 54 up in Crescent City with some cold showers up there today. And again, rainfall amounts look like this. We're near an inch of rain in Gasky, just over an inch in Brookings. Tapered off quickly for the airport at Crescent City, just a quarter of an inch there and barely a tenth across Humboldt Bay. So it's kind of hit and miss out there today, and generally speaking through the afternoon, that rain activity has been winding down as we see the tail end of a weak disturbance clearing the area. The overrunning clouds from tomorrow's front already beginning to move into the region. This is subtropical moisture. It will be on the warm side, and winds are expected to ramp up out of the south through the evening hours into tomorrow. We'll be looking at 20 to 30 mile an hour winds, some higher gusts expected, and more rainfall than what we've seen of late. We're talking probably an inch of rain out of this system here, maybe 2 inches in some of the more prone locations. By the time this is all said and done, we'll get a second wave Friday night into Saturday before we see things dry out once again. And by Saturday morning, snow levels will be down in the 3,000 foot range here, 3 to 3,500 across the region. The computer model is pulling the moisture up off the north coast again. By this time tomorrow night, it looks like we'll be soggy, to say the least, here through the day on Friday, as once again we get another round of moisture with a brief break Friday night before the next round arrives through the early morning hours Friday into Saturday, turning to showers by Saturday night. We should dry out a bit into the beginning of the week, but it'll be brief. I guess that's a good thing for this time of year, as we'll look for mid-40s at the coast, low 40s out across the interior. Daytime highs tomorrow again in the mid to upper 50s coast side. Some warm southerly wind out there even as the rain develops. Mid to low 50s out across the interior. We will have a gale warning and a hazardous sea warning by this time tomorrow. Winds expected to crank up out of the southeast, 20 to 30, gusting to 35, and of course seas will get a bit lumpy, as well as we see rain developing tomorrow, probably peaking out tomorrow night into early Friday as that frontal boundary crosses the shoreline. A few scattered showers on Saturday, a brief break before the next round of rain arrives by midweek next week, with snow levels dropping Saturday morning down to about 3,000 to 3,500 feet. So another blast of winter headed our way. As we take a look at our 3-degree contestant for tonight, we see Peggy Percy of Crescent City winning a dust clock from Redwood Coast Cellular, which means there's $270 in the prize pool coming up tomorrow night. Bada boom. There you go.
It's getting up there.
Yeah, it is.
Slowly but surely.
We'll try to give it away when you're gone next.
Thank you. I can count on you.
All right, thanks. And now Manny Machado joins us with sports. Manny, a big announcement could be coming up in the very near future.
Yeah, National Signing Day for college football. Solon Vanuco has a decision to make. We hope to hear from him after the break. We do return. Double State men's basketball team moves up in the West region, and more snow is needed at the Winter Olympics. Stay with us. Sports is next.
Weather 24 hours a day. Go to KIEM-TV.com and click on the weather webcast for your North Coast weather and forecast. Brought to you by Blue Lake Casino.